Here we go. Stamford Bridge rises for Chelsea and Leicester City, and there is a huge sense of occasion in the air as the two teams walk out on this Sunday lunchtime. Wembley awaits the winner and a place in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. 6,000 Leicester fans are packed into the shed end away to our left on quarter-final day, as the two sets of players line up either side of the Emirates FA Cup banner, and we're almost ready for action. Today it's about dreaming of a place in the last four, making more memories, and maybe another glorious trip down Wembley way. Kuntop is here today watching on. It was Chelsea who were beaten in 2021 when Leicester lifted the FA Cup, and they will provide a formidable challenge this afternoon here at Stamford Bridge, as the two sets of players shake hands and the £1 billion Chelsea starting 11 walk off and take their blue tracksuits off. Leicester, led by Hamza Chowdhury, the captain, run over to the Leicester supporters. What scenes over there already, and you wonder just how loud it would be if Leicester were to score a goal in front of them this afternoon. Team news, and with 12 days until the next match, this is by far the strongest Leicester 11 in the FA Cup this season. Jamie Vardy has joined Ricardo and Casey McAteer on the injury list. Apart from that, it's pretty much first choice. Apart from in goal, where Jakub Stolarczyk continues. He's been brilliant on this cup run and keeps his place. In front of him, the captain today, Hamza Chowdhury, Wout Faes, Yannick Vestergaard and Callum Doyle. Harry Winks and Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall joined in midfield by Wilfred Ndidi. His first start of this year. He's the only starter today in either team from the final 3 years ago. And at 12:45 local time, next to the King Rose, next to the River Thames, Leicester's FA Cup adventure continues. The next stop after this is the famous Arch and Wembley. It will be due for one of these two teams, and it has to be settled today. Extra time and penalties if required. But on Andrew Madley's whistle, Leicester will get this game underway. They are in their change strip today of the all black with the turquoise trim. Andrew Madley has one last look at his whistle, blows his whistle. Patton Daka rolls it back to Harry Winks, and this quarter-final's underway. Leicester kicking from left to right towards the Matthew Harding stand in the first half, away from the 6,000 travelling supporters. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall with a touch short to Steffi Mavididi. It's gone out of play on the far side for a throw for Chelsea. They are all in blue, as you would expect, with the white socks. And this really, for them, is their season on the line. They didn't win the League Cup. They're very unlikely to finish in the top 4 or 5 now in the Premier League to secure Champions League football. So it's a huge day for them and Mauricio Pochettino. As Trevor Chalobah has an early touch, rolls it back to Robert Sanchez, all in yellow, and he rolls that forward. It was pouring with rain when me and Matt arrived. It's bright sunshine now, and it's Leicester on the attack with Steffi Mavididi down the left-hand side. He's won a corner inside a minute. Fast start this from Leicester City.
Yeah, nice and positive. That's what you're looking for. Initiated by Harry Winks there, the little tippy-tappy with Chowdhury, as we come to expect from the kick-off, but then Winks receives it on the half-turn, drives forward, and just not poses questions, but just it sets the tone a little bit. But and then Leicester pressing forward, Chelsea scramble it away for a corner.
Mavididi is going to take it short to Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Chelsea caught a little cold towards the far post, and Winks on the volley fizzes wide. Well, that was off the training ground, and it almost worked. Harry Winks with the shot in the end. Chelsea there were a little sluggish.
Yeah, I think the only problem, it might be sounding a bit harsh, that is off the training ground, but I bet they didn't score on the training ground either. Yeah, just a little concern, you know, when you see Leicester popping it around at the back. I know there is always, but particularly today, I'm not sure how intense Chelsea's press is, but it's when and if Leicester do turn over possession.
Mudryk towards the near post, flicked on by Palmer. Where's that going to drop? Oh, it's off the line from Doyle. And then Fatawu wallops it away. Mauricio Pochettino 5 yards in front of us. Can't believe that no one got on the end of that. No one seemed to attack it in Chelsea colours, but that was an almighty let-off there for Leicester inside 4 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that squirmed its way across the face of Leicester's goal. Was it Doyle on the far post, or it might have even been the post itself?
Here is Chowdhury. It's the type of afternoon that one error might be punished against this Chelsea team. Here is Fatawu, found by Ndidi, he can run at Cucurella again. Fatawu into the box, onto that left foot again, slaloms across the edge of the penalty area, and Caicedo slides in to win it. That's his second run at Cucurella, and it's the second time that there hasn't been an end product. Meanwhile, Chelsea attack, and Nicholas Jackson is running here at Vestergaard, and he's beyond Vestergaard, and he squares it for Cucurella, who tucks home, and Chelsea open the scoring in this FA Cup quarter-final. Leicester lost the ball right down the other end of the pitch, and Chelsea punished them. Cucurella with a tap-in from a couple of yards out. Chelsea 1, Leicester 0.
Yeah, well, without setting the world alight, Chelsea, early on in this game, I don't know, I said to myself, am I imagining it? And there's the evidence that I'm not. They do look as if they're going to be lethal and potent on the counter when they do turn possession over. Leicester are not setting their positions. Fatawu didn't utilise the run of Ndidi. If he's going to make the underlap and you're going to, make those movements, the ball's got to be provided, because he's running into trouble and traffic, loses it, and then before you know it, they're at Leicester, aren't they? And Vestergaard in a 1v1 in those situations, more likely than not to come off second best. Wow, just looking at the way Chelsea is set up, for me, it's a 4-2-3-1 almost, isn't it? Obviously flexibility.
Daka has almost robbed Sanchez, who was dillying and dallying. Daka got closer and closer to him, Matt, as you were talking, and then he has tackled him, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick, but that could so easily have been 1-1.
To keep possession, see what Leicester can do with it from the set piece.
Here is Patson Daka, centre of the Chelsea half. Winks plays it on to Mavididi, who hasn't seen much of the ball recently. Dewsbury Hall with that classic run. What a ball across the face of goal. Headed behind by Cucurella. Sanchez couldn't get it. And had Cucurella not, then Fatawu might have had a chance. It's going to be a corner. It was brilliant from Dewsbury Hall. Yeah,
that's better. I think he's probably learned his lesson from the previous situation. Slightly different position, but
Fatawu with this corner. Oh, it's beaten the first man, who was Chalobah, who eventually clears, but that was a little frantic from a Chelsea perspective, and had that dropped to a Leicester shirt, a Leicester boot, they probably would have walloped it in for 1-1.
Yeah, it could quite easily have occurred as well. Wicked delivery from Fatawu, but no one able to get the vital touch, as you mentioned.
Here is Harry Winks. Leicester are dominating the ball, and then Fass invited the press, but brilliantly found Winks, who then couldn't feed it through to Mavididi, but the clearance was cut out by Chowdhury in that central midfield position. Here is Fatawu, for the third time can run at Cucurella. This time he crosses in early. Daka's there, he's missed. What a chance. He's headed wide from no more than a couple of yards. A golden opportunity to level this FA Cup quarter-final after 23 minutes.
Well, it was a beautifully chipped, flighted pass on the run, on the move from Fatawu. There, just, it's a little sand wedge almost, and it dinks it to the far post. Perhaps Dewsbury Hall was coming in behind Daka, might have had a better connection.
Meanwhile, here goes Gusto. Chelsea attacking down the right-hand side. He's in acres of space. He crosses it to Mudryk, who misses it. Sterling, heavy touch, but it's a penalty. Fatawu adjudged to have fouled Raheem Sterling. Enzo Maresca turns and says, no way. Surely VAR will look at that. But as things stand, Chelsea have a penalty. Minutes after Patson Daka's chance to make it 1-1. Are Chelsea going to have the chance to make it 2-0?
Well, I have to say, my initial thought was Fatawu's got back and defended extremely well. The ball is on the challenge. Fatawu definitely made contact on the ball, I'm pretty sure. Trying to look at the replay now, even though it's a little bit blurred and sketchy.
Enzo Maresca is still questioning the fourth official, Paul Tierney. He can't believe that this is going to stand, but it is. And this now perhaps is the cup tie, because if Raheem Sterling scores here, well, it's a huge mountain to climb. Jakub Stelacic has been brilliant on this cup run. Can he keep out Sterling from the penalty spot here after 25 minutes? Chelsea 1-0 up. Here comes Sterling. Saved by Stelagic. How about the follow-up? That's been blocked. And then Saka's been fouled. Jakub Stelagic sends those 6,000 Leicester fans bonkers in the shed end. Poor penalty. Excellent save. Leicester very much still in this cup quarter-final.
It's one of the worst penalties you'll ever see. Very Raheem Sterling-like, even though I wouldn't call him a penalty expert. But I was just looking at it thinking, Chelsea was super confident he's going to score, because not many following up, even though it did fall to a Chelsea player, albeit awkwardly. It's all a little bit back to front for Leicester. Mavididi was chasing back and Doyle's upfield. So when he receives the pass, he's looking for the pass rather than the run and the drive at the defender. And it slowed the attack down a little bit. Fatawu tried to cut inside and again ran into a bit of bother.
Dewsbury Hall, another brilliant burst down the left-hand side. He's still going. He's got to the byline. He's pulled the cross back and Kukurea has to turn it behind. Fatawu was arriving. More fine play from Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Drove Leicester forward, drove Leicester on. And he's won Leicester a corner kick from this right-hand side.
Yeah, he's been the main man, hasn't he? Certainly in an attacking sense. But yeah, after that first cross, it showed quality on a couple of occasions.
Fatawu's corner and Sanchez came and got nowhere near it, and Fass has headed wide. It was a half chance because it arrived at him through a forest of players. Sanchez is down, and I think Vestergaard is down.
I think, yeah.
But Robert Sanchez, who isn't the normal number one, although he played in the last round, would suggest we've seen that move and that goal a lot this season. That is perfection for Maresca when Leicester get it right.
No, it was nice, it was sharp, precise, but it needs to be, doesn't it? You know, the slightest error, particularly from Daka, a wayward layoff, and Chelsea pounce.
Indeed, you're now looking to play in Daka, and Chalobah on the slide stopped that pass. And here is Mudryk. Chelsea on the counter, and the turnover of possession have looked lethal today so far. Mudryk shoots dangerously, and Stelagic has to beat that away. Good save. It was travelling, and it's still only 1-0 Chelsea. As Kukurea rides a challenge with Harry Winks, the sun is out. Caicedo hits it over the top of the crossbar into the Leicester fans. Wow, you can't take your eye off this. It is end to end. It is we attack, you attack, and it's Chelsea 1, Leicester 0 after 34 minutes.
I'll tell you, I do like watching as an individual. Obviously, I've got.
Eventually, there was a free kick, and Chelsea have it with Sanchez at the back with just over a minute to go until half-time. Leicester trailing by a goal to nil, but feels like a game of very fine margins. Well, Vestergaard's been dragged out there, and Sterling's in on goal. Raheem Sterling! Oh, he's fired wide! What a miss from Sterling! Chelsea played through the foxes there, and it looked for all the world like it would be two. But having missed the penalty, he's missed the target. What a moment that might be.
But somehow, he's missed the target completely.
He's on the ball here immediately though, Sterling, and he's in the box again. Raheem Sterling pulls it across, and Cole Palmer sweeps home. Just as we go into added on time at the end of the first half. Is that the crucial goal of the game? Raheem Sterling makes up for his couple of misses with an excellent assist, and Palmer, well, he couldn't miss from inside the 6-yard box. Chelsea 2, Leicester 0.
Well, as Sterling went scampering down this left-hand channel, I'm thinking it'd be typical Raheem Sterling to go and miss the easy opportunity and then, you know, ferret his way through the defence and cause the problems, and if not score himself, have a real impact and provide the assist, which is exactly what he does. But far too easy conceded there. I mean, it's just a simple throw in, nod inside to no one in particular. Leicester hesitant defensively. Sterling got the bit between his teeth after those two big misses. Maybe felt he needed to make amends. He gets onto the ball, nods it forward. Open, wide space for him to drive into. But such are the margins when you're playing against this level of opposition.
Need to be careful here because Sterling is running forward again, and fast. He's got the ball caught beneath his feet, and it's fallen to Sterling. Sterling into the box here. hits Fass with the cross, but a third before half-time, and that is surely game over. And here is Gallagher. He can finish in this type of range, and he goes for the far corner, and he bends it wide. He just slipped as he hit it, but Leicester have some patching up to do defensively at half-time here, because that was their first attack with real intent. They're still 2-0 up.
Yeah, nice shape on the cross, wasn't it? And,
oh, Diasasi here, that's going to be an own goal! Unbelievable! An own goal from 30 yards out. The throw went to him, Patson Daka closed him down, and Diasasi has walloped that into his own goal. Sanchez was out of position. What a gift! One of the most remarkable own goals you will ever see. And Leicester are right back in this FA Cup quarter-final. Chelsea 2, Leicester 1.
That's absolutely incredible, isn't it? They're just about to speak about the delivery from Gusto there. And
meanwhile, Raheem Sterling is galloping forward. What a start to the second half now. Jackson shrugs off Fass and fires the ball out to Palmer here, but Palmer's going to be forced wide. He'll keep it in play. He has Doyle for company. Fatawu there, got beyond his man, but
yeah, first time from memory, Chris, that he's gone on the outside. Yes. Got joy out of it.
Gallagher to Caicedo. Caicedo shoots, good save from Stolacic down to his right hand side. We were right behind that. That was fizzing along the turf, and it's another smart save.
Oh, Leicester and Chelsea at times, but more Leicester. They do get opened up far too easily. It's a turn of fortune that Leicester have had there with the own goal. Put them right back in it for now.
Rolls it back to Jakub Stolacic here, who's under pressure from Jackson. He goes long. What a good pass that is up towards Fatawu. It's a bit slight kick clash today at times, and Wilfred Ndidi does well to roll beyond Conor Gallagher. Now Winks, short pass with Chowdhury, couple of 1-2s.
There's still moments like that. I'm not sure what the thinking is there. So Winks was looking forward. There were passes on. Okay, there might have been a little bit.
Fatawu now found by Winks. He goes for the cross. Daka so close to the header, and that would surely have gone in. He was so close to Robert Sanchez, but he couldn't quite make connection. And here come Chelsea again on the counter with Jackson. Jackson, poor pass. Gusto had made the run and he couldn't pick him out. My word, this is a very, very open quarter-final. And I'd like to see a replay of that Daka header, because it looks inches away from making connection.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was almost similar to the first half effort where he did get a little touch, went wide of the far stick. But Daka, maybe, now to sort of learn the lesson a little bit. It was a great ball, again from Fatawu there. Perhaps he could take his defender in and then pull off a little bit to give himself perhaps a little bit extra space to attack the ball.
Dewsbury Hall has fed Navididi. Gusto on the slide, good challenge. He's had a very good game, Gusto, the right back. As Doyle then thumping challenge on Caicedo, who hits the turf. There's nothing wrong with it. Palmer's given it away to Winks, and Leicester are bossing proceedings here at the moment. 2-1 down after 57 minutes. Navididi back to Dewsbury Hall. Winks just slows it down. And Didi wants it. Chowdhury comes short. Winks again. Leicester very much in this FA Cup tie now. They're attacking the travelling supporters who are urging them on here, hoping, I think, to play with a little more pace. But Enzo Maresca is happy with this, that they've kept the ball. Now Winks fizzes it out to Navididi, who's up against Cole Palmer here. Navididi checks back, feeds Harry Winks. Winks with the square pass to Wout Fass, and now Fatawu, who's done well in this second half, that's for sure. He's up against Cucurella. He's played it to Ndidi. Ndidi gets the cross in. Daka heads wide from a tough angle at the near post. But the Leicester supporters, who are all on their feet because it's safe standing behind that goal, though, roaring their approval. They know that their team is very much in this match.
Yeah.
And Mudryk was almost in. He's taken the corner quickly to Sterling here. Raheem Sterling clips the cross in.
Oh.
Hit somebody.
I thought it was a handball, but no appeals.
And here goes Daka. He's beaten one. He's racing forward up to halfway. Patson Daka. Now he turns back and feeds Fatawu, I'll tell you what, this feels like the last 5 minutes, not the 62nd minute at the moment. It is
proper game.
Proper game. It is fizzing along, and the next goal obviously is absolutely crucial. And here's Mavididi. He can run at gusto here. He approaches the edge of the box. Steffi Mavididi. Couple of step overs. What a shot! What a goal! It's absolutely fantastic! And from 2-0 down, Leicester are level. They're making more magic memories in the FA Cup against Chelsea. That was absolutely glorious from Mavididi. He beat Gusto and then he's bent it beyond the goalkeeper. 2-2 after 62 minutes in this quarter-final.
God, what a fabulous strike. My hand went up as soon as it left his foot, and I was pointing in celebration towards the goal, towards Mavididi, because the angle was such, you could see as soon as he clipped it, Sanchez nowhere near. Dip, direction, pace, it had the lot. Oh, beautiful strike. The first time he's really got his fullback and had a chance to show those dancing feet on the move. He shimmied and shammied a little bit, whatever shammying is, a couple of times, but not with any pace behind it. Gusto didn't fancy it, cut inside, as he does so well. Not regularly of late. He's just fizzed, curled and slapped that into the far corner. Beautiful strike. The whole bench were up in unison, as are the 6,000 supporters of Leicester still right now.
One of the biggest goal celebrations of the season, I would suggest, in that away end, and they are still bouncing around. They were readying a change, Leicester, before the goal. They've made it. Abdel Fattawu has come off and Yunus has gone on.
He wasn't getting exposed in the first half too much, but all of a sudden, you know, a couple of passes out of play. He's getting stretched here with Dewsbury Hall's outstripped him.
Lovely 1-2 between him and Mavididi. Dewsbury Hall into the box. Can he pick somebody out? He fisted across and Kukurea, I think, got it away. That was a chance for 3-2, would you believe it?
Great position there. Difficult to see the angle of runs. Oh!
Jackson's got beyond Vestergaard. He might be in here. Nicholas Jackson for Chelsea goes over, and the referee has pointed to the spot. Callum Doyle with the challenge. He could be in trouble here. It's a yellow card for him, but it's a second Chelsea penalty of the afternoon. And another twist in this increasingly extraordinary FA Cup quarter-final. Chelsea have a penalty, and Mudryk on this occasion wants to take it.
I always get confused with the ruling. I don't think there's too much complaint there about the penalty being given. Possible conjecture about it being outside, inside the box. I think it warranted a penalty, but what's the situation regarding red cards? Yeah.
Well, there's the double jeopardy ruling. VAR is checking it here.
What, whether it's in or out?
It was right on the edge. I think it might be out. We shall see.
The initial contact.
The initial contact. Was it right on the edge? We shall see. VAR, who is Darren England, Michael Oliver and Dan Rabathan will be looking at this. I think that initial contact is outside the box. We'll see what they decide, and of course then Doyle could be in big trouble.
Then it is a sending off. He's caught his heel, hasn't he?
Was it inside or out? This is a major moment.
He's
without
caught his
question.
heel. I think that's actually first viewing. I need another look. Just outside the penalty line.
VAR having another look. A long look. They need to here. They need to get this right, because it's 2-2 in the Cup quarter-final with Wembley on the line.
I mean, by the time he's tumbled, he's in and around the penalty spot. That's how far he's gone.
They're zooming in here. I think that initial contact is outside the box. Andrew Madley is
getting... The screen is not of good enough quality here, Chris, is it?
But he is giving a free kick. But what now for Callum Doyle? The yellow card has been nullified, and Callum Doyle will be sent off. So no penalty, but a red card. With 2 minutes of normal time left in this FA Cup. It's been an amazing run, and this has been an extraordinary game. Every chance still that Leicester can make it to the semi-finals. 2-2. Cole Palmer is beginning to make things happen against the 10 men. To Gallagher, we know he can hit them from that type of distance. He shifted it nicely to Gusto, whizzes it across the face of goal. What a save from Stalacic to deny Madueke, and then Chowdhury was the first to react. That was brilliant, instinctive goalkeeping from Jakub Stalacic to keep it at 2-2 and keep Leicester alive.
Stelarczyk up to the task, good covering by Chowdhury.
Palmer with the corner, headed away at the near post by Daka. Into the sky, Dewsbury Hall helps it on only as far as Madueke. Onto that left foot, he's got a lot of time to put this cross in, and he has done, and it's Chowdhury away as far as Kukurea. Here is Nicholas Jackson on the edge of the box on his left foot, helps that into the box, comes back here to Chukwuemeka. Leicester are camped inside their own penalty area. Madueke again, now Gusto can run at Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Gusto beats it, what a ball that is, where's that going to fall to? Jackson's put it over! Oh, he's put it over from 8 yards. That's another sitter. My word, Chelsea have missed some chances today, and it's still 2-2. This has been a bonkers second half.
They're paying for him to come off now as well, but to be honest, what was he doing there? It was one of those when it sat up for him, he's had the touch was slightly heavy, so he's leaning back.
Rolls it back to Gusto. Ben Chilwell has just given this game an extra buzz, if you like, and he's beaten Chowdhury in the air, and he's set Chukwuemeka free here. Here is Chilwell again. Chilwell crosses in, Fass wallops it away.
He got up well there, actually, Chilwell, didn't he? He does, not the tallest player, but climbs high and early. Beat Hamza Chowdhury to the ball, and eventually got a cross in that was blocked.
Chukwuemeka in the box, 1-2 with Palmer, he's in, he's slid in and scored! And Chelsea, right at the death, may well have snatched this to head to Wembley. Lovely move, Cole Palmer involved, and Chukwuemeka managed to beat Stelarczyk. Heartbreak for Leicester, who have worked so hard, but the 10 men have been breached. Chelsea 3, Leicester 2.
Tough to take. Not totally unexpected, but you've come to expect the unexpected in this game. You don't know what's going to happen in the next juncture, but I suppose no surprise Cole Palmer involved. He hasn't been magnificent by any stretch of imagination, but there's that little bit about him, doesn't he? And Chukwuemeka coming on, a little bit of extra spice and energy, determination to make an impact. You have to say it's a well-worked goal. Leicester back in numbers, couldn't do much about it.
Unless there is one more dramatic moment in a FA Cup quarter-final that has had it all. And my word, Leicester have played their part. That would be of little solace if they can't force an equaliser and they head back home with defeat. Stelarczyk has picked this ball up here. It was a really poor corner kick from Chelsea, and it's given Leicester possession. There's no tippy-tappy out from the back now. It's launched up towards Vestergaard and Justin, who controlled it down, but Gusto snatches in to win it, and he'll run the length of the pitch now. Feeds Madueke here. Madueke with a couple of step overs, nudges away from Justin, shoots, deflected, and it's thrown in, and that is that. Noni Madueke with a very fine individual solo goal. The second Chelsea sub to score. They are heading to Wembley. Leicester's FA Cup adventure ends after an incredibly brave performance at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 4, Leicester 2.
Wow, very impressive. Madueke, does that top Mavropanos? I think it does. The way he's slalomed his way through a couple of challenges, brushed off at the same time, and then I don't know, possibly a little
deflection, I think.
Yeah, which, okay, that detracts from it a touch, but some strike. Come off the bench, make an impact like that. Fair play to him. That's what he's been put on for. Undoubted ability. Unfortunately, that sealed Leicester's fate.
That will almost be the last kick, the goal in the 98th minute. Patton Daka gets the game back underway, but the final whistle is blown. There'll be no trip down Wembley Way in the FA Cup this season for Leicester, who, having got back to 2-2, had every hope. The red card for Callum Doyle turned the game, and although it wasn't a penalty, Chelsea went on to win it. What a cup tie. It was breathless, it was dramatic, but in the end, it is Leicester who are on the losing side. Full-time score at a jubilant Stamford Bridge now. Chelsea 4, Leicester 2.